had Cypress bring like 15 people down and cast the ballot.
I know you good. I was just in plea negotiations for me and Forehead's bail.
For what?
Harboring a fugitive.
Oh, you were involved in the shootout and explosion.
Yep.
The other day. Okay. Has everyone in the besties voted yet?
Majority of us. There's a couple more, but I'll get them to get it done.
That is fucking huge. I think it's tighter than I expected. Monroe's been going ham. Like farming votes. You know what I mean? Bringing people down, all that kind of shit. But so I've kind of turned up the ante. I brought Tony Long back into my cabinet. Probably should have done it sooner, but that landed me like at least another like 15 Hades votes. But
nice. That's good shit, bro. He's a good guy.
Yeah, no, 100%. Separately, in regards to Court Center, there was a bug. Let's just call it. There was an issue with the website where it wasn't limiting transactions. So it allowed, if you look at like the thing, Bruce was trying to sell us like 38 20mm turbos and shit. And like it was letting him do it. I was gonna ask that.
Wait. Ford, let me hop out the car.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was gonna ask that both yourself and Kevin take a look at our limits on all the items.
Yep.
And reset them, like set them to the right amount. Like we don't need 20 and 30mm. Like we could buy like maybe 3, but no one's gonna buy.
I spoke to Corolla about all this. So she called me, and I basically said, we are not going to buy dog shit. This place isn't a charity. If we happen to accrue things of low value that we wouldn't buy, we can still sell. So I said to her, we shouldn't buy stage 1 and 2s. We shouldn't buy any turbo below like a 70. You know, no need to buy them.
Yeah.
If we happen to get it. And then what I said to her as well is, we spoke about, I don't remember the lady's name, but she was like, oh, stage 1s and 2s could be good for people that have like a budget or civilians. If we want to sell stuff like that, it's going to be on a made to order basis. We will not keep it in stock because it's going to take up space and roll.
Sure. I wouldn't mind like 1 or 2 or 3.
No, right? 1 or 2. Yeah. The limit I said to Corolla was 2.
Yes.
2 of everything.
Yes.
And if we ever if somebody wants to say, hey, I have 10 Pantos that we're going to have a Panto race and we want them with all stage 1s.
Yeah.
I can get stage 1s and 2s in 2 hours. Like it's not a problem.
Exactly. Yeah, we're on the same page. I think the problem is, there was 2 problems. One is our site was treating it as targets and not as like an actual cap. So it allowed transactions to go through that shouldn't have been, which is why I'm so fucking happy we did a beta instead. You know what I mean? Because like $1 million loss, like who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like with the county budget.
In a business of this scale, it just does not matter. Like that's literally just breakage.
Exactly.
We are tossing the die every time we try a big decision, and the cost is money. That's it.
Can you and Kevin help set the limits? I think you and Kevin are going to have a better understanding than, because I think you're going to have a better understanding. I think Jason and Corolla having some input in it, I think is good. But like everyone's got their own area of expertise, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah. I will go through tonight and look at all of the things that I think are relevant to me and just double check. I already know what I want to do. It's super simple. 1s and 2s, no more than 2 of them.
Yep.
And then everything above that, we would want like at least 5. It'll be a little bit more for the.
I'm okay with unlimited 4s and 5s.
You okay with that? Hey, well, fuck it.
Yeah. Because I mean, they're maybe not unlimited, but like high number, like let's say 10, because that we can offload on the PD and donate to them as well. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And some of them would actually, I think, be okay with 1s and 2s. I mean, fuck it. Like, even with some of the shit we got, like, if we end up needing to unload, we could do like a giveaway event, and that's going to be hype for everybody.
The thing is, let's say the car parts. The one thing that we want to avoid is bloat. Not in parts that we can't sell, in things that we have to sort through. Like, we want to keep things to a minimum to save people having to like process them physically, move them around, and put them in a box.
Yep.
So if we have things we want to get rid of, bro, we can do it easily. We can always get rid of things. Moving product is not a problem, especially with the budget we have. So I'll go through and check.
Yep. Either it's like giveaways, events. There's another thing is that, and this is gonna, I don't know. So I've been contemplating whether to do an event on Saturday because how tight this election is, in my head at least. And so I don't want to like misdirect my time management.
Too many baskets.
Exactly. And I was very cooked the next day. Like it takes a big toll out of me.
I mean, yeah, that's a huge thing to organize.
Yeah. So, but I think after things are done and done, I would like our next beta to actually have a quartz lotto, right? And not only is that exciting, but I've contemplated that we could have lotto games on quartzcenter.me using that ticket system. You know what I mean? You give money, give the ticket, and they can do like a spinny game. And it might even pop out an item out of the entire basket. You know what I mean? Because let me pose you something. Our system knows all the items. Our system knows all the prices. And therefore, if it did a lotto where like the range of winning is based on the value, right? So if something is worth $1, right? And something is worth $10, the $10 item could be a 1 out of 11, whereas the $1 item you could win 10 out of 11 times. You get the kind of math?
I understand. We're cooking up some gacha here. And the only thing would be, we just need to make sure that it won't give people things we don't have in stock, or that we can manually flag things to not show up in the spin. So we don't sell stuff or give stuff away that we might want to be using for other stuff.
There's a lot we can do there. I was even cooking. This is like slight overcooks. I don't think we need to do it yet. Luckily, I don't think my intern is around right now listening into this, because because he might just start doing it. Is those arcade machines?
Yeah, which ones?
Like we had the little section with the arcades.
Oh, I didn't get to see it. I was in prison.
Oh, like in the court center, there's a little arcades. I was actually thinking of having like when we open it up, the codes rotate in there, so you can walk up to it, use that token, right, and play an arcade game with like actual rankings and shit. I don't know. That might be a bit of an overcook, but there's a lot of like little things we can do that go like a long way. But
listen, if you want my input, a nutty arcade game would be there's like this I don't know, like a hacking game. There's this like word memory one, there's like this lockpick one, and like I'm saying, like a leaderboard. People would really like that. That'd be a cool way to show some skill expression.
Exactly. And if you could see their username, you know what I mean? Like
exactly.
Yeah. Let's just say that that's something that a couple of us had in our minds for 15, 20 years. But I'll kick it back up the chain and see what happens.
See what happens. Fuck it, man.
Yep. All right.
All right, bro. This all sounded good. I'll go through, check the items. I'm gonna be real. Like, this doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna depend on Kevin for any of this. He's gonna do monumental work, right? But like, he doesn't know half the shit that I know. He's just been out of
Yeah. And I think you guys are working in parallel anyways, because if he changes things, you change things. It's all working out.
Yeah. Him and I aren't gonna step on toes, but like I'm just gonna do my part, and if he wants to, he can do
absolutely. Yeah.
Regardless, I have a feeling, unfortunately, myself, Ming, and Forehead might be in prison for the court center on Saturday, which sucks. But
I think we're gonna not do it Saturday. I can't burn myself out, and winning the election is the future of courts.
It matters more.
Yeah,
exactly. So say less.
Yep.
You want to hear our plea deal? We just negotiated it up.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was the initial fine for harboring a fugitive, J. Hobbs, was 4 years prison, 4 years parole, $400,000 each. We have negotiated 1.5 years minus the 0.5 for time served, 2 years parole, 1.5 hours working at the toll booth community work and a $700,000 fine each. And we're waiting
That's
on
not bad. Though I don't know how they managed to push harboring a fugitive on you.
I'm gonna be real, Nino. J Hobbs got out of prison due to like a clerical error. He was on hold, and his time wasn't extended. So he went up to the DOJ. Local
you
DOJ,
could win
said,
this, brother.
Free to go. We could, but we're not gonna make it to a judge. Like we're not gonna make bail. It's not possible. Just at the cubby.
I see. Like, okay. Just know that if he was out, like what were you arrested for? Like what were you doing?
Fugitive.
No, but what were you doing?
A crime. We shot up a bank truck and he was there prison.
Okay, so that's literally you would win that case like so easy. Just keep that in the back of your mind.
I know we would, but I'm telling you right now, we can't cheat who we are. If the PD came and searched me in forehead right now, we would be in prison on hold until the case.
Oh.
Like, there's nothing we can do about it. We're just not going to make it.
Okay, understood. Okay, listen, so I see how you're doing the math. You're taking the you're removing the risk up front.
Yeah, because we're just not going to last like that. Oh,
you got lucky. You got blown up, or not blown up, but you went to jail.
Yeah.
Because I think had you not gotten caught up, I think y'all may have been dealing with some heavier shit. That's all I can say right now.
Okay. Well, it is what it is. I appreciate all this shit. No, I'm gonna let you go. All right, 'cause I'm back in the car.
Can I ask you actually just real quick? Do you know someone named NPC?
I do not know anybody named NPC. No.
Interesting. Okay. All right, brother. I appreciate you, Manx. Let me know if you need anything, yeah? And if you run into folks that haven't voted, get them down to the polls. You feel me?
Will do.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, brother. Bye. All right.